Welcome back to Market to Market. The smell of shadow benny can make just about any Trini mouth water. Green seasonings are essential ingredients in our local cuisine. Pepper sauce is a staple condiment used to complement our meals. Over the past several years, we have seen the commercialization of these products. You don't have to spend time grinding your own seasonings any longer. You can pick up a bottle of ready-to-use seasoning or pepper sauce at your nearest supermarket. Join me now as I chat with Brent Halls, Director of Kings and Queens Manufacturing Company, which produces a wide range of local seasonings and condiments. What made you decide to go into the business of manufacturing condiments and seasonings? How did you get your start?
Okay, I would start as my father from Arima. We went to him to visit him for the first time. We went, she came to her father and he gave us a bottle of pepper sauce to carry home. The pepper we carry back on work, and a lot of people like it on work. So we say, well, okay, we bring some bottle extra. We tell them, I say, some people like pepper sauce on work. We want to give you some, bring some for you, for the staff. Eventually, the staff started to grow, kitchen, bag. So we decided to go and tell them, hey, we had to get a order, I think it was a case. So from there we said we will have to sell, because the case is plenty to produce. So we started selling to the co-workers, and then when they carried home to their family now, their family wanted it. So we decided, okay, we'll sell the family, and eventually move into small shops. From the small shops, we moved to like groceries. Our first groceries, I think, was Meat Cottage. And our big grocery, first big grocery was Hilo. They accept us, you know, with when we stand, all the standards we have, they accept us with welcoming hands. A small company.
So is it that you were buying the pepper sauce from your father-in-law who was manufacturing it, and then you all bottling it and sell it? Or did he give you the recipe so you started making it yourself?
What happened? Yeah, what happened? Something like that. What happened? Well, when we started operating, or small, he was operating from his kitchen. When we started to grow, he ended up telling us giving us the recipe to go and make it. My mom's house in Laventille, because his kitchen kind of facility the amount of orders just get in. Because when we get Hilo was a big order, so we had to use it. We had to operate home in Laventille, under my mom's house. So we moved the order to there. We moving the business today.
But you didn't stop at pepper sauce. So tell me about the other products in the line, the King and Queens line.
Right. Well, we have the King and Queens garlic. We have King and Queens seasoning. We also do a King and Queen ketchup just now. It's a local ketchup with local contents, not foreign, local tomatoes we use.
General. Is everything sourced locally?
Well,
all
yes,
the products?
everything is sourced locally. The peppers is sourced locally. The season, everything is sourced locally.
Are there any challenges that you experience with local supply?
We had a problem with the local supply with the farmers, but what we do, because the problem was prices was a big problem, constant supply, and that affects us a lot, because we are seeing with the King and Queens brand, you need to get 100% season, so you get a lot of season to make a product. So what we did, we bring the farmers together, all of us sit down and talk and seeing how we can get a price that can work right around the year, a supply and a color that can work right around the year. Because what happened, some farmers we had will give us red, some give us yellow, and we didn't get standardized with the King and Queen. Because King and Queens, we don't have no coloring in it, no cornstarch. So you find you need to get a natural, everything natural. So what we did, we tell the farmers, hey, what happened? Give us a standard price that when pepper go high, you can still survive, and when you go low, I have to go in the market. So we came up with a price, and we all able to agree to the price, and we agree to the supply when one stop into we plant, the next one plant within, so we'll have a supply running right through the year. So that we implement a system like about in January. We don't start to see the effects of it. So we've seen it. The meeting was successful on that level of getting the farmers together and negotiating on that level. So we're working with each other.
Right. The starch that you're talking about, the cornstarch, what makes that a cheaper product?
Okay, well, the Kings and Queens is basically a natural product. So you will take the Kings and Queens and break it down to make the holes. So let me say the King and Queen season, because it's 100% seasoning, you're using that seasoning now to make about 4 bottles in the cornstarch. So therefore the price will be different.
So the starch is actually like a filler.
A filler, yes. Basically a filler, yes. So when you add the starch and you add the coloring, and you add the coloring to give it the color, because even when you break it down, you get lighter color. So if you say you put the water and you put the starch, you find you won't get the green. So then you want to add green coloring to make it look green, or pepper, whatever you're using. So that is what, but the prices, they are different in prices. So that you have the premium product and you have the starch product.
How was the experience getting the business off the ground with regard to chemistry, food and drugs, and all the approval processes and certifications you had to get?
No, it was tough. I wouldn't lie to you, it was tough, because I say at that time we was waiters and waitress, so finance was an issue. So, but getting up on Curry was, I say Curry is a backbone to us, where they actually help us get the product up and running for the market with chemistry, because what the Curry had a series of workshop where they invite us to come to learn how to do the proper processing, and so they basically walk us through it, hold our hand and walk us through the process. So that was like a God gift for that time where Curry is concerned.
We actually did an interview with Kariri last week on the show,
right.
And they explained to us all the services that they offer and how they actually help small businesses standardize their products and make sure they're consistent and that kind of thing. So
King and Queens are a living example.
What has consumer response been like to both Halls and Kings and Queens?
Well, the Halls brand, as I say, it more compete with the like the Matooks, the Chief, the Archer. They more compete on that level. The Kings and Queens are a premium brand, so I believe it has its own market. It has a few companies in the market doing the natural seasoning, and but with us now, we consistent. You find the season that competing with us, they don't be there all the time on the shelf, but we're able to be there all the time. So you find the difference is that people watch price and people watch quality. So we serve two markets. So I believe both of them doing good in the both markets they're serving.
Is the natural seasoning shelf stable?
Yes, both of them have the same shelf life. Same shelf life.
Which is how long?
A year. It goes more than a year, but the government. So, yes, shelf life is what it is.
What is unique about Halls and what's unique about Kings and Queens that make them both stand apart from their competitors within each of their categories?
Well, Halls, what happened with Halls? Halls, well, we, Kings and Queens, is the company manufacturing both brands. And we as manufacturers want to give somebody quality. So we don't actually look at price and say, okay, we could be the cheapest in the market, like be the cheapest. No, we look at the customer. And even though Halls is a cheaper brand, we still able to give it a better quality. So even the 25% more, they know the customer know they get in quality. But Kings and Queens is superior. That is Kings and Queens. So you know when you buy that product is strictly product quality getting, right? But I see the Halls, even though it's a cheaper product, we still able to put a little more seasoning, more in it. So the customers will get the taste and know, well, okay, even though it's cheap, we're still getting a good flavor from it because the strength is stronger.
What are your production levels like per month, per year?
We do like 300 cases a month in the seasoning and pepper together.
So we know that we can find you at Hilo. Where else can customers find you?
You can get me at GTA's, ADM, Hearty Foods in Arima, Rodney's. A lot of we basically dominating the east-west corridor. We have a few markets like JTA's on Hilo and South, and a few groceries, but we dominating the east-west corridor. On whole, you're getting most of the groceries on the east-west corridor.
You were one of the exhibitors at the Trade and Investment Convention. What has come out of that for you?
Well, a blessing. A blessing. I must congratulate the government with the truly trade and industry, where they sponsor our company, the booth, and they give us exposure to getting a success story. That guy saw the interview on Guardian from America, and he came to do business with Angostura, and he wanted to see me one time concerning the article and the product and everything, wanted to do shipping. And when he tasted pepper sauce, he said, well, you went all around the world, pepper sauce is the best. So he willing to ship to St. Bart and I think St. Martin, I can't remember the islands, but three islands you can ship to for the product. But we're looking, well, the problem is now we have to change the labeling to French, I think. That's the only thing. So we had some success in the show.
And you're heading now into export markets.
Export market, definitely, because he's willing and he loves the taste. It was a wonderful meeting with the gentleman too.
Are you considering any other export markets?
No, well, right now, we understand he also had a connection to go Miami. But because the rules and regulations, it'll be a working process to get to the Miami market. So for like now, we're dealing with the Caribbean market, like the St. Barth and the other islands he's giving us to. But the American market is something that a working process.
Export TT has been established to help get our local products ready for export. Are they helping in any way?
Well, I'll say yes, because when I'm meeting with them today, and so far the meeting is successful. We have a lot of different government agencies coming together to assist us in exporting. So far, working with them, we realize they have a vision. So I'm looking forward to working with them.
So tell us, what's next for Kings and Queens besides the catch-up, which we're definitely looking forward to?
Well, what's next? Well, we have a TV ad, but we're waiting on supply by August to actually put the product to the Parliament feel, see how the freshness of the feel on TV. The ad is already built already, but we're just waiting on production. Production is supposed to be up by double by August this year. So let me say by September, you're supposed to be seeing King and Queens hitting the TV.
We've come to the end of this week's episode of Market to Market. Thanks for staying with us. We hope you enjoyed the show. Let us know by connecting with us on Facebook and Twitter. I'll see you next week. Take care.